Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay this evening. I get the opportunity to finally sit down, because I kind of been busy all day and get in, just, sit in front of this computer and do a little research on what's going on with DJ Pat and do a video. I wanted to do a live, but I know how we rock. I'm talking about the honeybees, child. We rocks out. And when we get on, we can't be on for like an hour. Although I have been keeping it down to 2 hours. Well, for one time I did. But we go on, we be all night. Okay. We be all night. So I can't stay on all night tonight because I gotta be on a location at 7 a.m., which means I gotta be up at 5 and out of here at 6 to be on location at 7. So I decided to do a short video. I did one earlier and I decided to do another one tonight. Okay. I wanted to talk about what is going on down there in Houston with DJ Pat in this takeoffs case. Of course, you all know that he was in court today. And of course, he has an attorney, and I want to show you all the video first, and then I will elaborate more on it. Hold on one second. Okay. Um, I'm gonna show you guys just two short videos. How about that? Yeah, it's gonna be two little short ones.
Clark, the man charged in the murder of Migos rapper Takeoff, is due in court tomorrow. Authorities say he was seen on camera firing a gun with one hand while holding a wine bottle with the other. Maria Aguilera is outside the courthouse with the latest tonight. Maria.
Marcelino, tomorrow Clark will formally go before a judge in a court appearance with his attorney here over a month since a shooting that killed Migos rapper Takeoff. Patrick Clark is the man Houston police have charged with murder a month after the shooting that led to the death of Kersnick Ball, known as Takeoff, one of the rappers in the group Migos. In a court document, it shows Clark listed himself as a self-employed DJ and his income as $0, asking for a court-appointed attorney.
Decided that there is probable cause for your arrest in your particular case.
In court Friday night, it was revealed that Clark was allegedly caught on camera firing his weapon while holding a wine bottle in his other hand, and he allegedly had plans to leave the country. Houston police say the 28-year-old Takeoff and Quavo were at a private party with about 40 other people when shots were fired outside 810 Billiards and Bowling Alley. Police said the party ended around 1 a.m., but the group gathered outside for more than an hour after the party ended. HPD Chief Troy Finner said Takeoff was not the intended target that night.
Definitely wrong place at the wrong time.
Police say not one person stuck around to give police a statement about what they saw. Chief Finner is asking those who were there when the shooting happened to come forward.
We know who was on the scene, and we will be contacting and reaching out and finding those individuals. This is a murder.
Clark's bond has been set at $2 million. If Clark makes bond, he faces a list of conditions, including house arrest.
Okay. Let me show another video right quick.
Migos rapper Takeoff appearing before a Harris County judge. Clark or Harris live downtown with the latest on this.
Yeah, lawyers for Clark are trying to get changes made to his bond, and this comes after prosecutors accuse Clark of allegedly trying to flee the country. Patrick Clark entered the courtroom handcuffed in an orange jumpsuit days after Houston police arrested him. Prosecutors accuse Clark of pulling the trigger, killing Migos rapper Takeoff.
This morning, basically, it was just formality. We set this for a bond reduction hearing next week on Wednesday. We think that's important that his constitutional rights are protected.
In a jail intake form, Clark describes himself as a self-employed DJ with total assets of $0.
This is very early on. There is a lot of investigation that needs to be done. There are a lot of witnesses that needs to be talked to, and there are a lot of things that we need to do.
But a pressing question many had concerned the recently purchased passport, large sums of cash, and a planned trip to Mexico by Clark, which prosecutors used to argue he was a possible flight risk.
There's other circumstances surrounding that. That was something that was already pre-planned, and it was canceled before he was arrested. So I think that's important. He wasn't trying to go anywhere.
In the meantime, lawyers for Clark are preparing to argue their client deserves a lower bond.
Something reasonable that's, been comparable to other bonds for other murders for a defendant who has no prior criminal history.
Harris County prosecutors did not speak after this morning's hearings. Clark's lawyer said their client is looking forward to telling his side of the story in court. In downtown Houston, Gerald Harris, KHOU 11 News.
Okay, now this is going to be interesting. He's saying that he didn't do it. Okay. Hold on, let me see. Did I click out of mine? Okay, I'm sorry. I had to click another screen. But he's saying that he did not do it. Okay. He's saying he's looking forward to telling his story. Now, the police say that he did do it. They say that they have video of him doing it. Now, if he's got video, if they have video of him doing it, y'all, we can't refute that. I don't like to get all into different situations. Or, when we see video and they go, oh, well, they edited the video. I don't really like to get into stuff like that. If they have a video of him doing it, then he probably did do it. We didn't see him there until they just indicted him, right, for the murder. So we didn't even know he was there. And so just looking at the video the other day, it's possible that something happened because he was looking at Migos bands. We have not seen all of the video, of course, but just based on now, the only thing that kind of makes me leery is based on what the police say. Okay. They're still looking for witnesses. They're still looking for people to come forward. And that could be for a number of things. But it kind of makes me feel like that they don't really have a whole lot. Somebody was saying, I didn't hear, but one of my subscribers said that they heard them say that they had to do reenactments, and that's how they came to their conclusions. If their stuff is circumstantial, he could get off. If hopefully they got the video and it's not smoke and mirrors as it relates to that video. Hopefully it's not. But I could tell that he kind of feels slighted. Now, let me just talk about this, and then I'll get into him feeling slighted because I be having so much going through my head. I be wanting to get it all out, and I be all over the place. But let's talk about him being indigent. Okay, so he says that he has $0. That's normal for somebody to say, and it could be possible. Okay, so he's got to have a court-appointed attorney. So the good thing about it is he doesn't have a public defender. She's a private attorney that has she has a contract with that, I'm sure with that county in Houston. I don't know if Houston is Travis County. I don't know, but I'm sure she has a contract with that county. And so when the public defender's office is overloaded with work, okay, they will outsource the work to a private attorney. And they work, I guess, in the capacity of a public defender because the client is indigent. But, they're just not public defenders. They are court-appointed attorneys, and they have a cap on what the county pays them, to defend him. So their cap might be $250 an hour or something like that. That's why you see a whole lot of high-priced attorneys. They're not going to be court-appointed because they want to be able to charge $750 an hour and up, right? And so one thing that I did hear his attorney say was, it's got to be a lot of investigation done. So that kind of lets me know, because somebody had sent me something saying that he was asking for his own investigator. Of course, when attorneys are court-appointed, because I do work for attorneys, when they're court appointed, okay, especially when they're court appointed, the advantage is the court appointed attorney would tell the judge, okay, my client is going to need an investigator, because a lot of we got witnesses that we need to find that's going to be in favor of my client, that the police is not interested in, really. My client, we need all of this to prove his case, to be able to present evidence. And so we're going to need our own investigator. We're going to need to contract an investigator, and we're going to need the courts to pay for that. And because he's indigent, a court will pay for it. Okay, a court will pay for a private investigator to go out and find witnesses, and because a lot of those attorneys don't have those systems to go and locate witnesses, to pull histories, just to do a whole lot of stuff, to be able to help them to create, I guess, a discovery for their client, right? So that's hey, it's going. And here's another thing. I think I spoke about this before. Like, before we knew who he was, he had started posting on his Instagram. He seemed a little bitter, talking about God always had his back. Now, his attorney says that they're lying on him. She's saying that he was already, but of course she would say it. He already had that trip planned, and they was getting ready to go out of town, but they say he applied for an immediate passport. Now, that's what the police is saying. It was an emergency passport. Now, that's different. Now, the police said he applied for an emergency passport. So if he knew he had a trip plan, why would he need to apply for an emergency passport if he already knew if this trip had already been planned? Right? So it's something that's not right about that. But of course, defense attorneys do try to poke holes and stuff and twist stuff up. Like I said before, she's just doing her job. So this is going to be interesting. And another thing, he was in the end, as it relates to J. Prince now. If he's feeling a certain way, because you heard Senior say ain't nobody gonna be able to hide behind him, or he's not upholding anybody as it relates to that. So they just kind of let you know that J. Prince Senior had already heard what was going on. He was talking about people should not have been shooting with their eyes closed. It's almost like somebody gave him a play-by-play of what happened. And it was more than likely his son. So to let you know, his son kind of knew what had happened to begin with, right? Saw what happened. Okay. So if his son, okay, so so shortly after that, that's, the next day, that's when he was posting, God has always had his back, and this, and that. He said he wants to tell his story, his side of the story. Now, if he feels slighted in any way, if he feel like he's been in the end and ain't no telling what has gone on, especially if he's been a hitter, if he's done quite a bit of stuff for J. Prince them, or J. Prince Jr. or Senior, but I think he was more so around Junior. If he's put his neck out there for him, if he's, done some stuff for him and he feel like they ain't having his back, or if he feels like, as we were all saying that it seemed like there's some crookedness going on with that administration as it relates to the police department. I don't want to go as far as saying as that they're pinning a murder on him, because I don't know that. But I would have to say that I felt like it was some inappropriateness going on as it relates to the Princes and the police chief and the mayor. I'll say that they seem to be pretty chummy. Okay. But if he feels like, if he's been in the end and he feels like that they're just hanging him out to dry, especially if he's saying they setting him up, if that's, even though if you're gonna claim that, then with all of the stuff that I'm hearing that J. Prince and them have been in, they need to watch their back, because he would be a FBI dream. Okay, he would really be the dream for the feds, especially if he's bitter and he'll talk. Okay, you could look at him and say, oh, he don't want to be in jail. He does not have a criminal history. But just because somebody don't have a criminal history don't mean they ain't never did no dirt. It just mean that they ain't get caught. So he doesn't have a criminal history, okay? And he's saying he looks to the day to tell his side of the story. So somebody shot Takeoff. Do he know who shot him? Is he gonna tell on who shot him to save himself? So all of this stuff is going to get interesting, you guys, but I always say, even when I talk about Houston, when I talk about any city, especially when you see where it seems to be some corruption and things of that nature going on, I don't know if there's any corruption in this case as it relates to what his arrest, because a lot of people have a lot of different things to say about it, and they say, well, he didn't do it. I wasn't there. Was you? The only reason you can tell me that is if you were standing there. So if you weren't standing there, you ain't got no business with your trolling ass on my page. There's too many women that are trolls. They work with these men to slander and troll other women. I see now why people have to retain lawyers on YouTube. Because when these men know the feds set them, they send the women out to troll and slander. Okay? So it's good for everybody to have his or her own opinion. I don't try to stop people from doing that. Okay? But don't come at me and say, well, you don't know what you're talking about because he didn't do it. Was you there? Because you could tell me that if you was there, then you need to tell me what happened, because I want to know. If you was there, please give me the tea. Nah, I wasn't there. Okay, what you talking about then? So then you in the same position that I'm in. I don't know. And you don't either. So we'll see. We're going to see, because definitely if he was slighted, he feels slighted. He feeling some kind of way, feel like these folks have left him out to dry. He ain't got, it's like they ain't really messing with him like that. He got a bond, now his attorney is trying to get that bond lowered. Let's just say they lowered it to $1 million. That's still $100,000. Let's say they lower it to 500,000. That's still, about what, 50 grand. So, but whatever they lower it to, is anybody messing with him with some money that's gonna pay it? Because he say he ain't got a damn dime. That's what he said in his paperwork. Y'all saw it. So is anybody messing with him? It don't seem like he's completely indigent. He got a court-appointed attorney. They get ready to get him a court-appointed investigator and to work with his attorney, and they want to get his bond lowered, but he got $0. Maybe some family will put some money together and help him or something, I'm sure, to get out, I guess. But that's going to be interesting. But it seems like nobody is messing with him. So with nobody messing with him, and we don't know what all he has done, because a lot of times these dudes really put themselves in compromising positions and go out on a limb just to be able to be up under somebody. They have an illusion of being a boss, especially if they're a DJ. If he feel like he can get him more jobs and things of that nature, they really do some twisted stuff. So is he gonna be bitter? Because I feel like he could really put a hurting on them. Sometimes folks think that they put fear inside of people and they're not gonna say nothing. But when people fighting for their life, they change. They don't give a damn. They gonna say, I'm gonna die anyways. I may as well fight to live my life, especially if he's got something on the outside to live for. So either way it go, if they trying to pin something on him, or he feel like they done hung him out to dry, especially if somebody told him to shoot somebody. Like there was rumors that allegedly Jay Prince, looked at Lil Cam and looked at him or something, that was in the atmosphere. I remember Wack 100 saying somebody had told him that and said, hit him. And that's what happened. Allegedly. That's what was in the atmosphere before, but there was a lot of rumors in the atmosphere before. So this is going to be interesting, you guys. This is going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on it. I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen because I think this is loaded. I mean, this whole little situation is definitely loaded. So I'm gonna wait to see what's gonna happen. Is anybody really messing with him? But they said that he's been told to stay away from Jay Prince Jr. and them. And the rumor is, that because possibly Jay Prince Jr. is a witness. I don't know. We'll see, right? We will see. So this is definitely interesting. But if he's ever he's like they say he was in the end, and as much dirt as they say them folks did, I think they playing Russian roulette. Because he gonna say they trying to send me up the river to never get out. Okay. So he might start having diarrhea at the mouth. So, either way, Jay Prince Jr. and them they don't seem to be worried, but they playing Russian roulette with somebody that's already scared and life is being dangled in before him. So that's why I say this is a loaded situation, and we wait to see what is going to happen. But at any rate, I send my prayer. If anything, I hope, with the Houstonians, because like I said, I don't like to hijack cities. Okay. So even when I am vlogging on another city, I still hope that I can send some positivity back to the city, because I understand the people need prayers. It seems like to me, especially what has happened to Duke the Jeweler. Okay. It's some shit going on in Houston. Just like in Memphis, it is a demonic source. Just like in Mississippi, shit. There's a demonic force walking around that can't be stopped. It can't be stopped other than by prayer. When people are coming together on one accord, not me just looking to the city to hijack it so I can do blogs to try to, make a little change off of it, but genuinely wanting to see justice and wanting to see the people, the veil come off of the people's eyes so that they'll know what to do for there to be some change. That's why I send positive energy and prayers. And I hope the people's eyes are open, if nothing else, to change that leadership, if that's what's going to help the city to change and be better and move along. Okay. All right, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe, okay? I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely do it via Cash App, or you can hit the super thanks button. I want all of my subscribers to know how much I appreciate you guys. You make this channel what it is. Even with the up and down, with the slander, with all of that, we still gonna rock on, because y'all understand the type of person that I am. I want you guys to know that I love you, that I am going to do what I can to work as hard as I can to bring you good content, not because I make a lot of money off of this, but it's because I enjoy doing it. Like I said, we have real grown folks over here, and we know how to have good conversation. Okay. We know how to do that. Okay. And so I might do another video, because I was looking at doing a video on Black Youngster. I might have to wait, but I might go ahead and do that tonight, okay? But there's the Cash App down there. If you all would like to give, you can definitely do that. I want you guys to know that I love you. Always put God first. I'll talk with you later.